Hey there again, so this time we're looking at the third part of the secret door mechanics. So first off we looked at how to build the basic stuff, then the control to the back. So now what we're basically doing is just dragged off these control bits, so the two side bits there, and the middle bit which controls the main part of the door. So what we're going to do is just look at how we use the timing stuff and our friendly friend, the latch, to activate this whole thing. So right now we've got a flush door. Just make sure we press this reset button, and then we're going to press our pulse button. Bam! And as you can see, the door works and it stays open. So now we can go to our fun tunnel. So what we're going to do is just walk through how we actually made this happen. So we've got three rails there. Now what we're going to do is we're just first going to look at the timing for each one. Now ignoring all this stuff at the back, if we just look at this bit further on, we've got the middle one has a 1 tick repeater, another 1 tick repeater, and then lots of 1 tick repeaters on this part, okay? So that's a timing of 3. So we've got 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks until this activates, which means these pull back. Just keep that in mind. So we've got 3 ticks and then the stones pull back. Now on the second part, once the latch comes on, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks, 5 ticks. So we've got 3 ticks and 5 ticks. Okay, and on the side here we've got 2 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So we've got 5 on either side, 3 in the middle, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we've got this latch over here as well. Okay, so the middle stream has 3 ticks and the outside stream has 5 ticks. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so when we push this button, a pulse goes through 3 ticks here and activates this. It pulls it back, and then it waits until this has been pulled back for 2 ticks because of the extra 2 ticks that we put in here, and then it pulls them to the side. And it keeps them pulled to the side because we put this through a latch as well. So this part here stays on. Okay, so it stays off. Once it pulses into there, we get this, it stays on, so this whole rail goes off, which means both of those bits retract, which is the bit that pulls the stone to the side. So we'll just have a look at how that works again. So we'll reset that. So our default state is for this rail to be on, which means that the side bits are on, which means they're pushed out. The default state of this all being off is that all these redstone torches are left alone and are on, so everything's pushed out. The first stage, turning this bit on, will mean all these pistons retract in the middle, which means the stone gets pulled backwards into this system. Then once that happens, after another 2 ticks of redstone time, these pistons will retract after this latch has been switched over there, and will stay that way, which means all this stuff gets pulled to the side. So if we just press the button again, we can see, click, there we go. So now the door is open. So we can see that these pieces of stone which were over here in this doorway were retracted by these pistons, and then after a tiny little bit of time, these pistons retracted both sets, the stone and the pistons either side, to make our nice doorway. So we'll just recap how we did that. We've got a 1 tick pulse button, and that's just a button attached to a block, pretty simple. And then we're going to take one side of that output over here through a total of 3 ticks before we get to our redstone torch. Then we're going to take another stream of that redstone output and then activate a latch. Our standard default way of activation is going to be this side, so we're going to be activating the other side of the latch, switching it over by pressing this button. So when I press this button, bam, the other side goes off, and obviously this sends a pulse over to the middle. We don't need to put the middle part through a latch, because by the time it sucks the stone into the back of the system, these bad boys at the side will pull them back in and stay there, so it's all good. So we put that through a latch, that switches over, and then we put these through 5 ticks in total to the side ones. And there you go, that's the secret door. It's pretty complicated, but if you look at each stage separately, it should be pretty simple to make. So yeah, until next time, bye bye.